Hello and welcome to the Autocar show. The BMW 3 Series has always been one of our favorite compact luxury sedans. Why is that? Just for the pure driving pleasure you get. It has great dynamics, a good set of power plants, it's reasonably well equipped, and with the executive editions you get some pretty great pricing too. So, where's the room for improvement? Well, BMW certainly seem to think that there is, because we're here in Barcelona to test drive the new 3 Series. How different is it? Well, let's take a look. Well, on the face of it, certainly seems to have had some tonic. It's wider, longer and taller. The now characteristic sweeping bonnet and short front overhang are still there, but the kidney grille has become a little wider and flatter. The new headlamps with the LED brows slice through to the sides, and the horizontal slatted air dam with the fogs give it quite a striking front. All the sculpted lines of the car on the bonnet or on the side seem to draw you down to the front, giving the 3 a new ready-for-action look. On the side, the window area seems larger and the character line more subtle. The rear also now has smart LEDs, and the chamfered boot lip and round bumper finish it off nicely. On the whole, it's a more fluid and less angular design than before, and it paints a stunning picture. The inside has got a familiar layout, and it's still, that 7 degrees towards the driver to give you that driver-centric feeling. But there's still a lot that's different on the inside. You get this nice sweeping handle on the door with the chrome. In fact, there's a lot of chrome that has replaced the wood on the dash, on the central console, and the iDrive's moved to the side with the gear lever in the center that's freed up some storage space over here, and it's give the central console a sort of skewed feel towards the driver. So everything seems to flow into the driver's position over here. All the lines from the dash, it's all more rounded, more fluid, and feels fresher. It's a sportier steering as well, and you get all the controls mounted on it. The one big change is the freestanding display in the center of the dash. Gone is the rounded binnacle, giving you a flatter area. The lines from there fall down in a waterfall to the AC vents, the music system, and the gear lever. The quality of everything on the inside feels really great, and it all feels built to last. There are 3 trim options available with the new 3 Series. Luxury, the sport option, and the one that we drove, which was modern. On the modern, you can also get 2 trim options. One is the chrome, which I had, and the other one was a wooden finish. Okay, now I'm treating this sequence because my hands aren't full, but say your hands are full, you don't want to struggle for the keys and open the boot, you want to put a whole load of stuff in. There's a simple way to do it. All you have to do is kick under the car, and voila, it opens the boot. It's as easy as that. Now, the previous 3 Series, the back seat felt a little bit cramped, but here you get 15 mm more of legroom, which feels like a whole load more. You actually get so much more space between you and the front seat. And if you're 2 passengers over here, you're going to be a whole lot more comfortable than before. Now, unfortunately, the central tunnel is still high, the console still comes too far back, so the 3rd passenger is still a crunch. The seats themselves are extremely comfortable, but I'll have to refrain on commenting too much about the ride quality, as the roads here were a little smoother than our Indian ones. Still, I did feel that it had improved, and it was gentler over the bumps. Now, it was actually time for me to get my hands behind the wheel. First up, I drove the 320D, which has the same twin turbo that was in the earlier car, but it has been honed a little bit more for efficiency and better emissions. The turbos have been tweaked too for power delivery in a wider range. Despite being similar in power and weight, this car feels more sprightly, it feels more energetic, and stomp your foot down and you get pushed back into your seat. But it's not just about power, it's also about being very, very drivable and that's largely due to the 8-speed gearbox. U3 now comes with an 8-speed auto gearbox, which is a little slow to react sometimes. If you're cruising or you're in traffic, it does pretty well until you need that sudden burst of power. Then a quick intervention with the paddle shift is definitely required. This is all because we were driving in the comfort mode in a little bit of a relaxed manner. For the more spirited driving, you can shift to Sport or Sport Plus, where the suspension tightens up, the shifts are quicker, and the steering feels sharper. For those with a little less spirit and a little more sensibility, there is the Eco mode to save on fuel. The engine also now comes with the stop-start as standard to add to the kilometers. After the diesel, we hopped into the petrol 328i, which you will also see on Indian roads. I drove it for a little while to see how the petrol engine was. Now this is the new generation 4-cylinder twin turbo that we're seeing in this car. It doesn't have the free revving nature that the earlier 6 had, but it's got a stronger mid-range, which is an advantage. It makes it much more drivable. This engine is smooth, it's responsive, it's quick, and trust me, it's an engine that will put a smile on any driver's face. The 8-speed gearbox really gets the most out of this engine and makes it a pleasure to drive. Now, the dynamics of the previous 3 Series were brilliant anyway, but with the weight reduction, the balance and precision have just gotten better. Body control of this car is just simply stupendous. You know, it changes directions with the agility of a cat. The 50-50 perfect balance on the axle ratio is just, you know, it allows you to chuck this car around corners with a sense of abandon. It just doesn't give you an inch of doubt, and you feel confident always. Despite being electromechanical, the steering of the 3 now feels quite well weighted even into the corners, and changes of direction come in accurately and sharp. The balance of the 3 just gives it a poise and stability that's hard to beat. So improvements all around, and the new 3 will also give you more equipment when it hits the Indian roads in mid-2012. It was great fun driving on the outskirts of Barcelona, but BMW had a treat for us. We actually got to take the 3 Series out on the circuit of Catalonia and have some fun. We asked ourselves at the beginning of this story that is there scope for improvement? Well, they've definitely improved on every level. They're more spacious, they're more refined, they come with more equipment, they're more powerful. So you get a lot more with the new 3 Series. If you're looking for a luxury compact sedan, well, look no further. These are really the best choice you have.